Mendeecees yelled inside a damn DNA clinic. "You trying to tell me that's not my baby?" As a doctor remained still, as if he had just been found hiding the Holy Grail. And guess what? The whole let that sink in. A man who earlier appeared on reality TV promising to defend his family at any costs was recorded arguing with a doctor about a test that has the potential to ruin everything. If that isn't crazy enough, let me ask you this. Why did Mendeecees appear to have known the results before the envelope was ever opened? Despite the fact that this isn't the first time that this baby's paternity has been questioned, it's the first time that Yandi has been mentioned. Keep insisting that it's not what you think. Actual video shows Mendeecees going completely crazy over a test that he says was rigged. Is Eric Mena telling the truth? Is this baby his? Or is this all just another twisted story? Diversion from something more sinister? You seek the truth, and it's more repulsive than you could have ever imagined. Now, let's take a moment to reflect and thoroughly examine this chaos, because this isn't just tabloid rumors, I assure you. It's a full-fledged reality TV earthquake that could rock the hip-hop and love world to its foundation. Here's what we know so far. Began when rumors began to circulate in the most shady VIP circles in Atlanta. And yes, Erica Mena chose to make a shocking announcement on Instagram Live, alleging that Mendeecees Harris, also known as Mr. Family, she didn't sugarcoat it, didn't suggest, and didn't even imply that First might be the father of her newborn child. Instead, she came right out and said, "I'm not hiding anything anymore, y'all. Want to know who my baby daddy is? Ask Mendeecees. He has been aware of it, but he was just afraid." From the other side of the internet, you could almost hear Yandi's phone fall to the ground. This is the same Mendeecees who spent years attempting to repair his reputation following a drug trafficking conviction. This is the same man who traveled as a motivational speaker and spoke to young people about loyalty, repentance, and rebuilding. And now he's being accused of being a part-time father while pretending to be the ideal husband on screen. However, this is where things get really crazy after Erica's Instagram revelation went viral. We are discussing hidden camera footage of Mendeecees at a DNA clinic that went viral thanks to an enigmatic anonymous source. The video is grainy, but it is still clear enough to show him pacing back and forth while clearly furious. Mendeecees, don't play with me, don't you? I was speaking to a man in a white coat who was a licensed paternity doctor. And no, it wasn't. A casual professional conversation. I'm just alerting you that there is a problem with the test sample Mendeecees. Please repair it, or I'll go public with what you done. Excuse me, but what exactly did this? Why was Mendeecees threatening to expose him? If it were any other man, people could think it was a simple miscommunication, but this is Mendeecees Harris, who has a lengthy history of undisclosed transactions, courtroom drama, and secrets that follow him like a shadow. Remember that this man was accused of cheating on while he was imprisoned. Yandi supported him like a faithful soldier each time. However, it now appears that the war may have been in vain. One insider who says she works inside the Mendeecees apparently refused to leave the premises when the doctor stated that there were anomalies in the DNA submission, according to the clinic, which told us that the situation got so serious that security had to be called, suggesting that the test materials may have been tampered with. But who did it? Why? And, most importantly, why is Mendeecees acting like the victim? Let's take a closer look at the situation where he is being accused of fathering a secret child. According to the clinic source, Mendeecees initially refused to have the test performed. Instead, Erica Mena asked in order to prevent any amusing situations. During the procedure, she apparently hired her own lawyer and demanded that paternity be verified through legal channels. Must acknowledge the truth and quit deceiving the public about their relationship because, yes, it appears that this was more than a one-night fling. They were dating when Mendeecees was supposedly apart. Let that marinate. From Yandi on one of their private off-camera breaks, Mendeecees was behind the scenes filming a version of a black love success tale, suspected of being creepy, and now there may be a whole child connected to the secret. Twitter has already gone crazy, and some of the comments state, "I knew Mendeecees was shady." Imagine cheating on your ride or die, and Yandandi has been keeping that man down for nothing. Erica Mena, of all people, exposed this man's LM foul, and she finally got her retribution. Threatening a doctor over the truth is disgusting, but it gets worse. we received another anonymous communication in our mailbox by someone posing as a relative of Mendez claimed that the video only captured a short portion of the outburst. It seems that Mendez contacted Yandi straight from the clinic after the cameras stopped recording, pleading with her not to. "She's trying to ruin me, Jan. Don't fall for it. She has people on payroll at that clinic and they're setting me up." He allegedly stated these words. Paycheck, but now we're dealing with bribery allegations and a full-blown setup. What started as a problematic paternity case has escalated into a high-stakes cover-up involving medical teams. And it's not the first time that Erica Mena has used legal threats to incite controversy. But let's not pretend that Mendez doesn't have his own skeletons. The man may have merely walked into the fire this time, but he has been avoiding smoke since season 3. Where does Yandandi stand in all of this? According to this insider, she was taken completely by surprise and no longer knows what is true. She was recently spotted removing a few old pictures from Instagram and even posting a mysterious narrative that I don't know what else could be. A sign that things are going wrong behind the scenes, but let's take a moment to read "Loyalty don't live here no more." Second, the disagreement wasn't the end of the clip. There's still one more twist in that grainy clinic video that may completely turn everything upside down. Yes, we'll get to that in part 2, because the doctor whispers something under his breath that completely alters the situation as Mendez storms out of the room. The clinic room collapsed as the door shut behind Mendez. That's the third time. "He's tried to switch the camera," the doctor remarked, leaning towards the camera operator and whispering something so outrageous that it almost begs for a federal probe. "I should have reported this the first time, Sample." Hold on. This is the third time you've attempted to change what you're telling me about Mendeecees Harris reportedly showing up to DNA clinics have attempted to falsify test results 3 times in an attempt to avoid a paternity determination. This isn't simply love and hip-hop drama at this point. It's a internet detectives immediately got to work investigating the possible offense. Within hours of the video leak, social media was ablaze with old tweets, receipts, and grainy screenshots of several months ago, barely 3 weeks after Erica gave birth. A photo went viral with the remark, "My cousin works at this private clinic," in Jersey City Clinic. Mendez arrived, perspiring, and inquired about the turnaround time for results and if someone else could deliver the sample to him. "Oh, you thought it couldn't get much worse, baby? We're just getting started." In a since-deleted TikTok, a former employee of the XCL clinic came forward and said that the man entered as though he was, "To be fair, we haven't verified her identification, and it's clear that this is still reportedly the case." She tried to offer us money to ensure the test came out negative. However, if there is any truth to this, Mendeecees may face harsh repercussions because altering legitimate DNA results in more than merely. The timing of all of this couldn't be worse. According to one of our informants who was close to Yandi's inner circle, she was involved in scandalous illegal interference with possible family court procedures, really organizing a public event with press sponsors and a documentary crew to prepare a renewal ceremony for their 5th anniversary. Reportedly, Bravo was even in talks to shoot it as the fans are observing that Yandi's comment area has devolved into a fight, and that the entire plan has supposedly gone vaporized. There has been no press, no posts, and no answers to public statements. Zone. Girl, if he played you like this, don't remain. Yandandi had better not drive a Porsche and act like this isn't genuine. We want the truth. If this is real, she must Mendeecees is remaining mute, at least formally, while the public demands clarification. However, sources claim that he has been making some extremely calculated phone calls. Allegedly, Hep leaded with Mona Scott Young directly to steer the story and exclude Erica from the upcoming reunion episode. Yes, he is attempting to intimidate the executive producer of the entire. In order to defend himself, he called Mona late at night and revealed that he was being set up to believe that Erica was desperate and attempting to destroy his marriage. Because Mona informed him that she wasn't God and that she couldn't change reality, so he didn't leave Yandi for her. He hung up. Whoa, Mendez actually believed he could alter reality like a TV plot twist? What's Erica doing there? Sis went live again the following day while drinking wine, flaunting her kid, and hurling direct criticism. One thing about myself is that I don't need a man to claim my. I have the receipts, honey, and he knows I know. The world now knows that Erica's cruel remarks made this man shudder in 4K. You can hear the tension in Mendeecees' beard. Can you imagine trying to trick the DNA? Gods and still being revealed? But now is where it gets serious. DEFCON 1. Legal teams are now involved, and based on legal rumors, Erica's attorney has submitted a preliminary lawsuit for child support based on recognized paternity, which implies that she is acting as though Mendes is the father based on verbal admissions, leaked video, and behavioral patterns. Her attorney even issued a public statement that reads, "My client doesn't care about media influence. She only wants what's best for her child and for the truth to be respected, even in the face of persistently aggressive attempts to censor it." The court may now designate an impartial medical examiner to supervise a new test with both parties, present due to the controversy surrounding test tampering, hence the days of switching secret swabs, and guess who could be called to testify? According to Video Insiders, the facility has already received a formal inquiry from state medical boards after. The doctor has defended himself after the video emerged. He has stopped speaking altogether, and the clinic has deleted its staff profiles online, most likely out of concern for criticism from the public and media, although the people are calling for action since the damage has already been done. This doctor needs to speak up because we need transparency. If he allowed the man to intimidate him and still conducted the test, he compromised discard the entire clinic. Now there's a rumor. It's a small one, but we heard it from a VH1 insider who says the network might have to sever its connections with both if this situation worsens. Mendeecees and Yandi to safeguard the brand because, let's face it, this is a complex scandal involving power abuse, fraud, and public deceit, rather than just a messy love triangle. The world is watching the leaked video, which is currently trending on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, and even Instagram loops. However, just when you think the story can't get much better, a second lady has come forward claiming to be nameless for the time being, that she was also sexually involved with Mendes during his trial separation from Yande. This woman claims she had a miscarriage soon after telling him she was expecting. But what's even more disturbing is that she also got an enigmatic call from a blocked number, forcing her to keep quiet. We haven't verified this woman's name or her relationship to Erica, but if it's accurate, it creates a whole new level of deceit and pressure. Who's phoning these women? Is someone putting in extra effort to keep Mendeecees' reputation intact? Or is this the start of a much more serious decline in favor? From what we've seen, this isn't simply with court dates approaching, media pressure mounting, and the public calling for accountability, Mendeecees Harris may be nearing the end of his options in this affair. In all of this, the DNA is no longer even the main focus. One more piece of tape, which hasn't been made public yet, is allegedly being circulated to media outlets, according to a source. This video, which depicts a backroom conversation between male DCs and a clinic staff member, may validate everything Erica has been saying. As a result, the streets are suddenly buzzing. Another woman stepped forward. A mystery call from a blocked number attempted to silence her, and there is purportedly fresh film being circulated that could verify all of Erica's been stating for months. Let that sink in. If the film is released, it may completely destroy Mendeecees' reputation. What is in that footage, in the opinion of a reliable source? Media source. The footage captures Mendeecees arguing angrily in the back room with a clinic employee who was never intended to be captured on camera, but because of a clinic-wide security update, all cameras were in operation, and a hallway camera is said to have captured the altercation. According to the source, Mendeecees can be heard giving the employee money in this unreleased video. Just wait, I'll be back with the real sample. What does that even imply if this tape is real and it ever comes up? You and I don't have to enter anything in the system right now. If a paternity case is still pending, it can be viewed publicly as an attempt to bribe a healthcare professional or perhaps evidence tampering. Yes, this might easily push the case from, but that's not all. According to the same source who gave this tape a peek, there's a second voice in the video, a woman's voice, and she says something terrifying. The voice purportedly belongs to the second woman, the one who miscarried, and she is now thinking about coming forward. He urged me to wait before blocking me, saying he needed time to convey the news to Yandi. Publicly, and if she does, this story may suddenly become 3 times as big, because if it turns out that Mendeecees supposedly had many wives while he was married to, this isn't just cheating. It's a proven habit of deceit, and Yandandi Smith was actively attempting to hide it through bribery manipulation and phony DNA testing. Coercion. In addition, the court is keeping an eye on Erica's legal team as they prepare for war by submitting requests to subpoena any security video from the clinic that might exist, which implies that Mendeecees might be asked directly about all of his clinic visits over the past 12 months, be asked to turn over his phone, and disclose location information. Scenes. It's already bad. According to reports, VH1 has stopped producing any promotional materials featuring Mendeecees and Yandandi. And confidential email obtained by a production assistant said, until further notice, Legal must examine and approve all love and hip-hop content starring Mendeecees Harris before it can be shown. Translation. In the meantime, Yandandi Smith, who was earlier seen as devoted and composed, is said to have departed the marital residence. A neighbor claims that she was spotted loading suitcases into an Uber SUV a few days after the video was posted. There were no cameras or crew, just quiet, quick movements, and despite her humble online persona, one of her glamorous team members dropped an enigmatic message that could sum up all. You don't have to express your suffering when quiet. Talks louder. We support women who defend themselves, so what happens? Next, here's what legal experts, production workers, and media reporters are speculating about as this story develops. The video will most likely be released, if not through TMZ or The Shade. If the second woman goes public, DCs will have to react, or risk a PR catastrophe on the scale of a class action lawsuit, according to independent YouTube journalists who have allegedly been granted access. Multiple baby mothers have lied and tampered with DNA testing in this media-dominated environment. If the court discovers evidence of manipulation, Mendeecees may be subject to more than just financial fines. However, criminal accusations for interfering with a court case. And this is where things take a turn that no one anticipated. Recall the clinic doctor from the initial leaked video. He's currently under. The doctor should have reported the suspected tampering attempt right away, according to an anonymous complaint submitted to the State Medical Ethics Board by a watchdog group, and broke the rules by permitting Mendeecees to return to the premises without any legal oversight. As a result, the doctor who might have been a witness is now a possible accomplice. And Erica is allegedly in discussions with several platforms to have her side of the tale turned into a documentary series. Zeus, Netflix, and Hulu have all been mentioned. One of her most recent posts stated, "They tried to conceal my truth. I'll now spread the word about every falsehood, threat, and shady tactic they used." People are already pleading for the receipts. I kept. A trailer for a documentary series that Erica would release would blow the internet up. Forget about the reunion. We want the real deal. This goes beyond reality TV. It's about survival. Speaking of reality TV, Mona Scott Young. The woman who started the whole love and hip-hop organization has not spoken out in public, but a source close to the production says a decision is imminent. Mendeecees and Yandandi will either temporarily suspended, or the program runs the possibility of boycotts, legal action, and complete public relations failure because, let's be honest, people are tired of cover-ups. This isn't reality TV anymore. We saw Yandandi raise that man's children while he was incarcerated, and this is how he pays her back. At this point, the truth merits a whole season, and to be honest, they're not mistaken. The whole story has revealed the dark side of a once solid gold connection between a couple who overcame social media pressure and reality stardom while incarcerated, only to have a DNA test and a few lies destroy it. But now the truth is out. And here's the biggest twist. Yet, Mendeecees' own son, Lil Mendeecees, shared a now-deleted story. That Instagram post set the internet on fire. People wondered if he was referring to the Erica baby or if he was taking a jab at his own father, but he hasn't. Just 6 words, DNA never lies. Stay woke, everyone explained, but the harm has already been done. The house of cards is swaying, the mask is breaking, and the whole vile, unfiltered truth is on the verge of blowing out in everyone's face. What comes next? Will Yandandi finally come forward and confirm the rumors of their split? Will Mendeecees face charges for allegedly interfering with DNA tests? And how will Erica's documentary series unfold? Or is there one more surprise lurking in the shadows? A final betrayal? A final leak? Or a secret so destructive that it may destroy the entire love and hip-hop franchise? Scenario for good, because if this narrative has taught us anything, it is that the true drama starts after the cameras stop rolling. And there you have it, the drama surrounding Men's DNA clinic. Don't blink now, though, because what if this is just the beginning? Consider how many more secrets are still hidden in this marriage and the money offers that are falling apart faster than his reality TV plot. How many additional women were given a little something extra to remain quiet in those clinic files? And how extensive is the cover-up, given that if Mendeecees genuinely, if Yandy's quiet is calculated, what kind of bombshells is she hiding? We're talking about a man who previously had the ability to manipulate a DNA test, so what else has he been ready to fabricate? World supporting his comeback, but now the internet is wondering if any of it was really true. Tell us, do you think the video is authentic? Are Mendeecees misinterpreting it? Or is this man the leave a comment with your theories about the Netflix villain we didn't see coming? Who you think we are and what you think upcoming and who is actually executing the factors causing this media crisis, and remember to give this video a like because they don't want this. You already know that. Obtaining the truth. If you're sick and weary of the phony excuses for the prearranged tears and the PR-written Instagram statements, Holly is a place where we don't merely watch the drama as we reveal it, and have faith. You won't. Want to miss what leaks, in my opinion? Next, since in this DNA game, someone's betrayal and reality TV lying constantly, and the truth is always, stay tuned in, only a click away. We're just starting up, head.